Hello. Welcome to Menopause and Madness. I'm April Rain, your hostess with the mostest. Welcome to my midlife crisis. How is everybody doing this Monday afternoon where I am at? How was your weekend? I hope that it was everything you wanted it to be. Me and Lonnie and we organized. I organized my tail off, getting stuff put away, getting stuff packed up for gifts. I love it. I love this time of year. It makes me very happy. So I am here. I just wanted to pop in for a few minutes to talk about an article that I read over the weekend about menopause and what it does to the brain. Now, I am learning along with the rest of y'all about menopause and what it's doing to our bodies. I mean, yes, we always hear the the top 5: eat well, get exercise, sleep well, um, talk to your doctor about HRT, and I agree with that. If your healthcare professional and yourself come to a conclusion that HRT is what is going to be best for you and your body, please, by all means, do what you need to do. I personally am very afraid of it because I have taken progesterone before, and it really speeds up my heart rate. I have an arrhythmia, so I get really freaked out about stuff like that. I also have cancer that ran rampant through my family. I myself have had cervical cancer, and um, it actually wasn't full blown. I had cancer cells and had them frozen. Uh, so it's what's best for your body. And if it comes down to in the future, if that's something that I would need because things are just too extreme, then we'll get to that when we get to that. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I just try to, you know, soften the symptoms, the hot flashes. I know we all dealing with that. And I've talked about a few things that do help with hot flashes. But this article talks about menopause on the brain. Now, I know that there's like jokes about that, and she's got menopause or on the brain type of thing. But this is real, and this really kind of shook me. It was an article written for CNN by Andrea Kane, and she is interviewing a Dr. Lisa Mosconi from she is a professor of neuroscience at Cornwall. Uh, she's associate professor of neuroscience at Cornell, not Cornwall. They sound alike though, so. And what she says, let me grab my eyes real quick, is that beyond the brain fog, mood swings, exhaustion, sleep disturbances, estrogen's impact on the brain, women's brains undergo remodeling. Now, that sentence right there just tells me, it stops me in my tracks and is like, what? Remodeling. I mean, our brain is everything, and if it's being messed with, the first thought in my head was, well, that's what like certain pharmaceuticals do. And look what that does to people. It's happened to me before, being used as a guinea pig for certain type of head meds, SSRIs, and they just give you whatever they give you until something works. And there's so many horrific side effects. But anyways, moving on. Excuse me, I do have a bit of runny nose. So then it continues on to say some areas shrink, some areas grow. So let that sink in for a minute. Like, what areas are shrinking? She doesn't speak of that. She did write this paper for the Nature Scientific Reports. So I do want to go and find the actual original article online. I haven't got there that yet though. But she continues on to say the three P's, puberty, pregnancy, and peri, have a lot in common. Um, Huge neurosystems that links the ovaries to the brain for pregnancy. And once we are no longer reproductive, this dismantles. And that's the exact word she uses, dismantles. So when you're dismantling something, you're taking it apart. What this article just really kind of blew me away because I did not know that it was such a huge impact on our brains. And it answers a lot of questions as far as the brain fog and not knowing your words and just almost anything. I mean, I'm not trying to give people a reason to be impulsive, but there's being impulsive. There's all types of things that we can go through when our brain is going through. And I'm sure you all know that. But it's all running through my head as I'm reading this article. And I'm like, dismantling of my brain, shrinkage of my brain, growing brain, all this stuff is like, what? So all of the craziness that we go through, the madness that we go through in puberty is being dismantled in peri. And wow, that's a lot to think about right there. Um and she continues to say what happens during menopause can have implications on your brain later in life. So she doesn't mention dementia or Alzheimer's in this particular article. That is why I will go back and find this Nature's Scientific Reports and see if I can find some more information. I don't want to scare anybody, but this is a kind of, it doesn't answer questions, but it kind of gives me a little relief, like, okay, so the madness does come from a place that's not just, you know, a lot of people will equivalent our madness when we're in menopause to like PMS symptoms, which for some can be completely outrageous and madness right there. And I am one of them. I cannot wait until my cycle stops because it is at the worst it's ever been as far as pain and the length. I mean, I'll go 2 weeks. And I do know what a lot of doctors will want to do for that. They've tried to put me on birth control. I don't want to be on birth control. No hormones. Or do what is like a DNC type of surgery where they kind of burn your whole uterus out. I know I'm not saying it very scientifically, but oh, Bodhi says hi. I'm sorry about that. He heard something outside. There's a mower going on or something like that, and he's always got to let them know he's there. Okay, boo. Look it. Mama's talking to all these beautiful humans. They can't hear me. So indoor bark. Indoor bark. Where was I? So they end the article with the 5 tips. Don't smoke, don't drink, get exercise, eat well. And we all know that when we want to eat well, there's a lot of us out there that can't really afford to eat 100% organic, clean food. I mean, if it was up to me, I would be buying all of our meats and our vegetables locally here in Washington because we have such a great system of organic foods and that type of thing. But going to the co-op and purchasing a few carrots and an onion and maybe some some red leaf lettuce is going to cost 2 to 3 to 4 times as much as what it will cost at, say, Winco. And that's Winco Organics, And with some of those places, you don't really know if you're getting organic. I mean, we are lied to about everything. And so those are other variables that fit in with, when we're going through menopause is the food we're eating, the air we're breathing, the water we're drinking. I mean, not everybody can afford to have the best, cleanest, most nutritious food. And there's so many of us out there that aren't even educated. There aren't the programs there used to be about the foods we eat. So all of this stuff can just make menopause worse. I mean, we know they make everything worse. They cause diseases. They cause, the big C and that type of thing. And it's something that always sticks in the back of my mind, and it gets me pretty frustrated. So then I stress out about it, and it's that whole thing. So I really want to get to the bottom of menopause. I want to get to the bottom of what makes us, what our brains do, what makes us do this or do that. Because, when our brains are being dismantled, what is happening? What is happening to the receptors? What is happening to, like, all of the types of things that need to be in our brains to make our brains work? And is this why there's all the madness? So I am I'm really wanting to find out, and because I always want to know more. Please let me know in the comments. I love being able to relate to others. Um just one sec. I'm sorry. My nose was running away without me. I would really like to know the types of things your brain has been doing. Do you find yourself being more impulsive? Do you find yourself being more moody than just the typical mood swings? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel the rage? Is there rage there? I'm just curious to know what others have experienced as far as brain issues, because our brains control everything about us. And reading that they're being dismantled and they're shrinking and they're growing and all of these things really has me concerned, confused, and I have a lot of questions. So I hope this was a little bit informative, as just finding out that your brain is doing this when we are going through perimenopause and menopause. And yeah, I'm blown away, and I just wanted to come and speak with you for a few minutes about that. Like I said, I will have Timu is coming soon. I have three items from multiple orders that I've received. That's it. And apparently, as I had said, they are swirling around Tacoma. So as soon as I get those orders, it is going to be Timu time all over the place. And I am so excited, so excited. So please stay tuned for that. I really appreciate you coming to hang out with me and allowing me to discuss this with you. I am still trying to figure out the live, so not how to do it, but I need to, and I will repeat this question again in my next Timu video. When would be the best time to do a live? I know that weekends are the best time for me. Saturday would be a really good day. Sunday evening would also be a good time. I am Pacific time, so that needs to stay in the mix of it. So when is the best time for you? I want to have the most amount of you that can be there with me so we can discuss this stuff in real time. so that you can ask questions, I can answer them, or I can find them out for you, or I can ask questions and you can answer them. That whole back and forth type of thing, because I'm excited about it and I can't wait to do that, because then it's more like we're just talking to each other, and that's how I'm seeing it in my brain. So let me know. And again, I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate every single comment. You all make me feel wonderful. You all are uplifting and just beautiful humans being. And I just love that. I love that. I love every single one of you. And if you're new to the channel, thank you. And this is kind of what it's about. Just a lot of menopause, madness, shopping, herbal, and much more is going to be coming up. So thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I am so grateful. Please be kind humans.